and the Kansas City Chiefs. And his punter, Ethan Evans, going to send this one away. And we're off from Arrowhead. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Straight to the air they go. Connects on the crosser. He is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. Over 25 on that play. And it's going to be 1st down, Kansas City.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Throwing now on 1st down. This is cut downfield by Rice. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a 6-0 lead right away. Now Harrison Butker for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Scoop.
Throwing now, Will Rowe. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Moving quickly, trying to get set. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Hopefully not a sign of how this game is going to go as they step up for 2nd and long.
Come on.
Will Rowe from the gun. Finds a seam down the middle. The stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down.
18, pioneer. Back. Ready.
Try forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. And the Chiefs get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. No run here with Amari on Hampton. He's got room to roam. Keeps on moving into the red zone. Touchdown, Kansas City! The Chiefs get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs drive out to an early 14-0 lead.
Seahawks nothing. Harrison
Butker on now to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Heading to the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this 1st and 10. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
At the 38-yard line.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. 7 5.
Shotgun now for Milrow. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs. It's like you always say, right back to work for him, getting the drive moving like that turnover never happened.
And they weren't going to shy away from letting him do his thing, throwing the football. Mistakes happen in this league and in this game, and you never want to punish a quarterback for making a mistake. You want to see him continue to produce.
First down throw here from Milrow. And he's just going to huck this one into about row C there. And some lucky fan and hauling a heck of a souvenir.
That right there, Kate, that's taking the hard lessons from the previous drive and putting it into practice right here. You don't see a throw you like. It's too tight a window. Don't risk yet another interception.
Go play action here. It's Milrow. Pass it downfield, working the left. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and two guys can't stop one.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks making a one-score game.
Okay, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards. But the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
That one splits the uprights. And the Seahawks chuck the lead in half. It's down to 7. Here's Evans set to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's out a little short of the 30.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Let's go.
Now throw to start the drive. Finds him over the middle. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
5 still to go here. This is second down. Takes the handoff. Now to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series. He's the one driving it.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Up to the ground by Nick Emanwari.
Emanwari on the stop. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4 at their 49-yard line.
First down run gets him 6. So now it is second and 4. Throwing from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Chiefs first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. And that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
They're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. And it's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. So now that we've sorted that flag out, we've arrived at the end of the first. It's a 14-7 game. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. So after the penalty yardage marked off, here's 1st and 10. Running it after the penalty. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Stopped after a gain of 2. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Seahawks swarming him, and down he goes. And that sack brings the offense to 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field in more than a second or 2. What a season this guy's had. Yet to miss on a field goal this entire year. I really hope I didn't just jinx him.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And maybe making some better judgment here as he takes a knee and accepts the touchback. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Here we go, here we go. Ready.
Quickly out to the right, complete. All right, short of the market for the moment, but they've got 3rd and short coming up from their own 44. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
Milrow to throw on 4. He finds it beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. Tight end in motion left. Milrow with it on 1st. It's caught by Elijah Arroyo. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. And you keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
A gain of 16 yards.
From the gun, Milrow. And by Arroyo in the middle. He gets this down to the 13-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that gives the Seahawks the 1st.
First down. A gain of 15.
Here we go.
First down, Seattle.
Past the 60. Go.
From the pistol, give here to Walker. He gained 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4.
Three. Liking and three.
Staying with Walker. He's going to be driven backwards. Looks like he's at the 8.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
3rd and short, it's Milroe. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Seahawks will try to kick as they send the field goal unit onto the field. High percentage look for him here from the left hash.
Hey, facing a deficit that's going to follow you into halftime in that locker room, they will welcome those 3 points. A little bit of feel-good momentum.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Has him on a quick hitter. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. It's Hampton on 2nd. Breaks a tackle. He's still going. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And it's going to be 1st down, Kansas City.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down.
Looking to throw here. This one's going to hit the ground. Incomplete. Looking for his running back there. Going to send him back to the drawing board now for 2nd down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Shotgun give to Hampton. Down to the 44-yard line as he nearly picks up the 1st. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Completed to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. That one gains 7. And that's a Chiefs 1st down.
Okay, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they're going to be set up at the 11 after that play. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Offensive line fast.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
With a gun, here's Hampton. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal. The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Back now, pressure coming. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs will add to their lead at the end of the half. Butker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs double their lead to 14.
24. Seahawks 10.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half.
35-yard line.
Ready.
They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything.
Not six. Gotta be lying. Trap 60. Hurt.
Looking to throw. Look at that power, deep left side. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
This is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Butker on now to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. Heading to the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this 1st and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Short pass brought in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
1st and 10 now from the 46. They give up the gut to Walker. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start to push into Chiefs territory. Pickup of 8 on the run. And that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Shotgun now for Milrow. That one's complete over the middle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
13 yards on the play. That's good. A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Seahawks.
Milrow from the gun. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Chiefs get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Milrow's pass. Intercepted.
Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10.
At their own 15-yard line.
Here's Hampton to open the drive. Looks like they'll give him about 2 on the opening play of this drive.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts, the very minimal gain.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man. Not on the same page with his tight end. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
They'll throw. 3rd and long. He has the 1st over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. He's going to throw it again. Going over the middle, but it's incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
3rd and long for him here. Flushed out of the pocket. He finds Worthy, complete. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. A pickup of 17. And it's going to be 1st down, Kansas City.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Hampton gets it from the pistol. Breaks the tackle. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Back to throw. This is cut downfield by Rice. And the stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone. They'll get an even 40 out of that one. And that's a Chiefs 1st down.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yip on top of it.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Now inside give to Hampton. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and AT for attack. Exactly what he just did.
He brings it in. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down. Not by much. But he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he's dropped. They got there for the sack. And that brings us to the end of this 3rd quarter. We'll see them tackle 2nd and goal after the break. The Chiefs have set themselves up for the win here. Now just need to carry this lead through to the end. Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll work against the blitz. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And back-to-back sacks have these guys suddenly staring at 3rd and goal.
Kate, you just know as a quarterback there's situations where you're going to gain the trust of the play caller or quickly lose it. And when you take back-to-back sacks, you've lost the trust of your coordinator, and now...
And he hauls that one in. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs have likely locked up the win right there. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs stretch their lead to 21.
31. Seahawks 10. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10.
Eagle. 6.
Back to work after throwing the pick. Completed over the middle. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That play good for 17 on a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Here's Milrow, first and 10. Finds him over the middle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. And goes to the hurry up here.
Buffalo 18. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Milrow with it on first. He has room past the 25. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
Panther 6. Hey, check that. Street. Ready.
From the red zone on first. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
From the gun, Milrow. Oh, no, they get him yet again. It's a foot race. Reaches the 40. Hits the 20. And he's going to take this one back. Gets a pick six and a KC touchdown.
I gotta believe, Kate, his first pick of the game directly led to that one. Remember, what worked to generate that first turnover, playing things the same way, and this time, well, it wasn't just a pick. It was a pick six.
That one right down the middle. And the Chiefs grow their lead yet again.
Seahawks 10. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And into the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this first and 10.
Cowboy 80. Good.
Back to work they go after the interception. That one's incomplete over the middle. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he was showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Now, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there can be more interceptions.
He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
As a quarterback, you love when that screen pass is called. At least I used to. And you want to attract that defense and all those guys coming after you. But you also got to find a throwing lane. And he couldn't do it on that one.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
2. 70 Lions. Dragon 60. Hey, smash Broncos. No.
Here he goes, third and long. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Chiefs are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's first and goal. Goal to go, they're passing. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs continue piling it on here in the fourth. Butker to try the point after.
Harrison Butker on for the point after.
The point after splits the upright. And the Chiefs continue piling on to this lead.
Chiefs 45. Seahawks 10.
Butker on now to kick this one away.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Has this at the 6. That's some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33.
Okay, ready?
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10.
Come on. Hey.
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Finds the in route complete. And And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives the Seahawks the first.
Get it. 19, Tiger, 19.
Throwing now, Milrow. Connects on the crosser. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. Getting 24 yards on that one. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is. Is that QB and tight ends? They got that ball out in a hurry.
Red. Cougar 19. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
First down throw here from Milrow. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Corey Horton, his intended receiver. And now they face second down. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He can take it to the house.
Taking the deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
That is somebody it's tough to truly overthrow, but it can happen. I don't know what he was thinking, Kate. I'm going to put this in the spot where only my guy gets it. Problem was, that spot was even too high for him.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10.
Ready.
It's a design run from Milrow. That draw is snuffed out. Didn't really have a chance, and they're going to back him up for third down. Now, so much for the pass, setting up the draw later in that drive, huh, partner?
Yeah, usually the draw, you need the element of surprise. The group defensively wasn't, and they hit that before it got started.
So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
On the set.
On third down, Chiefs going with a nickel.
Let's go. Craft all 80.
To the air on 3rd and long. And that one's incomplete for now. It brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. So it seems like either way they were getting the 4th down here, but this way cost them some extra yardage too.
Hey, I get you want to avoid a possible turnover by forcing it down the field, but it's really hard to find a scenario where 10 yards and a loss of downs is the better outcome.
The task gets tougher as they set up on 4th down.
Hey, here we go. Set. Viking 18. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. 19 Lion. Mustang 19. Hey, I got him, man. I got him.
Desperation time here. Throwing deep towards the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
Hey, I get it. It's already over. But go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
1st and 10 from the 32. Running it with Hampton. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Chiefs close to picking up their 5th win. 4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Looking in the air here. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And this is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. They get 40 on the big hitter. And it's going to be first down, Kansas City.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Hampton gets the handout. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it's third down now. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Butker knocks it through. And a fairly insurmountable lead grows by 3 more.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready?
The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10.
Hurt! Hurt! Right there, hurt!
Here's Milroe to throw. That one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that brings up 2nd down.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. It'll be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Shotgun now for Milroe. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Cowboy 80! 19 Lions! Go!
Milroe throwing on 3rd down. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left.
Tendencies tend to show themselves, Kate, and really come to life on 3rd downs. Right, they want to go to their best receiver. Defense knows it. They know that tendency. They double it, and they make the play.
Okay, ready?
Hands are tied. Got to have it on this 4th down.
Ready? Left wing, nice. Hurt. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Buffalo 18. 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready?
Trying for it with Milroe. That one is caught. Morton has it. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. Now 4 seconds left. We've got a timeout. Not that the final play is going to change the outcome, but we will get one more snap.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
All right, one more snap to play here.
Come on. 60 Eagles, 60.
Here he goes, one final shot. Trying to push deep downfield. And their final effort is going to hit the ground incomplete, but no reason not to throw it long there, as this game is over. Well, no louder place